Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to analyze DSC TRT Telangana State question paper. In this we discuss perspective in education questions. This question paper name School Assistant English 25th July 2024 Shift 2 Perspective in Education. Number of questions 20. Section marks 10. Let's start the MCQs of Perspective in Education. Question number 21. Anviscity was a discipline relating to this in ancient education system in India. And the answer is logic. Anviscity meaning the science of inquiry. 22. The national curriculum framework that was reviewed in the light of the report Learning Without Burden. The national curriculum framework that was reviewed in the light of the report Learning Without Burden. And the correct option is NCFSE 2000. NCFSE 2000 was reviewed in the light of the report Learning Without Burden. 23. The book The First and Last Freedom was written by Jiddu Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti written a book The First and Last Freedom. The First and Last Freedom. Jiddu Krishnamurti. 24. One of the following was not true of Sri Aurobindo philosophy. Not true of Sri Aurobindo philosophy. And the correct answer is moral and emotional development are not essential in modern education. Moral and emotional development are not essential in modern education. It's not true of Sri Aurobindo philosophy. Other three options. Real education provide a free and creative environment for all-round development of the child. Next, education should be in accordance with the need of our modern life. And third is physical development and purity of mind are the chief aim of education on which the spiritual development is built. These three are true according to Sri Aurobindo philosophy. Moral and emotional development are not essential in modern education. This is not true of Sri Aurobindo philosophy. 25. with reference to United Nations Development Program Human Development Index. Decent standard of living is measured by gross national income per capita. Measured by gross national income per capita. 26. According to Erickson's theory of psychosocial development, the last stage of childhood is industry versus inferiority. Last stage of childhood is industry versus inferiority. 27. In curriculum design, key concepts are prepared rapidly in order of increasing complexity throughout the school curriculum. This is an educational implication of this developmental principle. And the correct answer is principle of spiral versus linear advancement. Principle of spiral versus linear advancement. In curriculum design, key concepts are presented rapidly in order of increasing complexity throughout the school curriculum. This is an educational implication of principle of spiral versus linear advancement. A principal organized a seminar for students of 8th to 10th class on the topic students' freedom in the school, considering that they are in this stage of Piaget cognitive development. And the answer is formal operational. A principal organized a seminar for students of 8th to 10th class on the topic students' freedom. Students' freedom in the school, considering that they are in this stage of Piaget cognitive development. Formal operational. 29. From the following, identify the correct statement with respect to individual difference. From the following, identify the correct statement with respect to individual difference. And the correct option is 3. Difference in learner affects their adaptation to the environment. Difference in learner affects their adaptation to the environment. Is the correct statement with respect to individual differences. Difference in learner affects their adaptation to the environment. They can adapt themselves different way. 30. Ravi, an average performer in academic, felt that if he studied meticulously, he could score a good rank in the entrance examination and was happy to succeed. Here, motivation of Ravi intrinsic. Here, the motivation of Ravi is intrinsic. Here, Meticulous means showing very carefully and with great attention that individual know as meticulously. And Ravi have a intrinsic motivation for this performance. 31. For the talent show by a 4th grade boy, this parent brought him his favorite bicycle. This is an example of learning theory. Response and stimulus learning theory, RS learning theory. RS learning theory of conditioning focus on the response stimulus RS connection. According to Skinner, organism tend to repeat response that are followed by favorable consequence. Favorable consequence and avoid repeating response that are followed by neutral or unfavorable consequence. So the answer is RS learning theory. This is a Skinner theory. 32. Identify the positive factor contributing to effectiveness of teaching. Here, identify the positive factor contributing to effectiveness of teaching. Our options are teacher's knowledge of the subject. This is effectiveness. Option B, teacher's socio-economic background. I think this is not effectiveness for teaching. No, maybe. Third option is communication skill of the teacher. This is a positive factor of teaching effectiveness. And fourth is teacher's competence in managing and monitoring the classroom transaction. This also a effectiveness of teaching. So A, B and A, C and D is correct. A, C and D, yes. A, C and D is correct. Our correct answer is option 3. 33. In service education program enable teachers to handle the new material with easy and effectiveness. Handle the new materials with easy and effectiveness. In service education program enable teacher to handle the new materials with easy and effectiveness. (34) What is a key characteristic of conventional face-to-face professional development? What is the key characteristic of conventional professional development face-to-face? Direct interaction and participation. Direct interaction and participation. Direct interaction and participation is the key characteristic of conventional professional development. participation and direct interaction. 35. United Nations Decade on Education for Sustainable Development. ESD. United Nations Decade on Education for Sustainable Development. 2005 to 2014. 2005 to 2014 is a United Nations Decade on Education for Sustainable Development, ESD. 36. The term urban can be viewed as demographic and sociological. 37. Which type of values are parts and process for their own sake considered invaluable in an absolute sense and are end in themselves? Intrinsic values. Intrinsic values are parts and process for their own sake considered invariable in an absolute sense and are ends in themselves. 38. What are added sugar in food and drinks? What are added sugars in food and drinks? Sweetness with calories added to food. 39. SWAYAM is abbreviation for SWAYAM. Steady web of active learning for young aspiring mind. SWAYAM. SWAYAM. Steady web of active learning for young aspiring mind. 40. Educational interest of the weaker section of the Indian community are mentioned in which article of Indian Constitution? Article 48. Educational interests of the weaker section of the Indian community are mentioned in Article 48 of Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. Thank you for watching.